Welcome to part 30 of Come, Follow Me. Let's go meet Matthew. This is January the 11th, 2025 by man's calendar. And I want to jump right on back in here to this. I'm going to recap here at Matthew 14:28 and go on from there. And Peter answered him and said, Lord, if it be you, bid me come to you on the water. And see, in part 29, I believe it is, I made a statement, who but God could walk on the water? But the Lord did allow Peter to come. Why? Because Peter believed for it to start with. And he said, come. And when Peter was come down out of the ship, he walked on the water to go to Jesus. But when he saw the wind boisterous, he was afraid. And that boisterous means strong. And began to sink. He cried, saying, Lord, save me. He let his faith go. And he let down on his faith. So he sank. And he cried out to the Lord for the Lord to save him. That's just it. If we don't keep our eye on Jesus, if we don't keep our faith in him, we let ourselves look to the left or to the right, and we start thinking, well, it has to be done this way, or it has to be done that way. Instead of supernaturally, we're taking it back out of God's hands. We're not letting him do it. Patience. Don't look at your circumstance. Look at Jesus. He defied everything. All possibilities. But listen what Jesus did. And immediately, not in an hour, not 20 minutes after the fact, immediately, Jesus stretched forth his hand and caught him and said to him, O you of little faith, wherefore did you doubt? Why did you doubt, in other words, Peter? Why? You know, Jesus says that to us a lot. Wherefore did you doubt? And when they were come into the ship, the wind ceased. Seems as though that wind was just there to test old Peter, didn't it? Then they that were in the ship came and worshipped him, saying, Of a truth, you are the Son of God. And when they were gone over, they came into a land of Gennesaret. And when the men of that place had knowledge of him, they sent out into all the country round about, and brought to him all the diseased. They brought their diseased all there to be healed. And brought and besought him that he might, or that they might, only touch the hem of his garment. And as many as touched were made perfectly whole. Why? Because of their faith. They believed all they had to do was just touch him. Like the little woman, right? With the issue of blood. A woman had tried many physicians. Excuse me. Devil, get out in Jesus' name. You will not hinder me. A woman had tried many physicians, yet she grew worse. So to Jesus she came, and when the crowd tried to restrain her, she whispered these words through her pain. Touching Jesus is all that really matters. Then your life will never be the same. There is only one way to touch him. You must believe when you call on his name. I was bound when I kneel at the altar, but they said Jesus could meet every need. And when this prisoner finally touched Jesus, he set me free indeed. Touching Jesus is all that really matters. Then your life will never be the same. There is only one way to touch him. You must believe when you call on his name. Yes, you must believe when you call on his name. 'Cause touching Jesus is all that really matters. Then your life will never be the same. There is only one way to touch him. You must believe when you call on his name. Yes, you must believe when you call on his name. Just believe when call on his name. These things are important because without faith, it is impossible to please God. And none of the other disciples tried to get off the boat and go to him, just Peter. Did you ever notice that? Have you ever tried to go to Jesus? Really? And I'm not talking about, are you getting out here trying to climb up a fake stairwell or an imaginary stairwell into the heavens? I'm saying, have you really looked into his word and tried to go to him and sought him? Have you sought his face? Have you done the things he has commanded you do? I mean, for real, come on. Are you really seeking Jesus? Are you looking for him? Where that he is? Are you trusting him with your life and everything in it? Are you fearful that he can't heal? Are you fearful that he can't put things back together and restore? Jesus restored that man's ear when it had been cut off. He can do that. He can restore anything. And he did do that. Where is your faith? Why do you not trust him? You think he doesn't care about the things that pertain to you? Do you care about the things that pertains to him? Do you care that there was a conspiracy made up of the rulers of this world to try to take his kingdom away from him? Does that trouble you? Do you love the Lord? Will you fight for him? Are you afraid of being beheaded? Are you afraid of standing for him? Do you love your life more than you love him? Would you cut loose everything that you have right now to follow him? Then just do it. Just go. Follow him. Don't just talk the talk, walk the walk. Just do it. I'll see you in the next part when I get a chance to get it up.